Good morning, it's Vlogmas day 3, December day 3. I am making my morning coffee here. Doing the ground coffee today. I sort of switch back and forth between a traditional ground coffee, which, if I want a coffee, this tastes like coffee. If I'm feeling a little bit more lazy, I go for instant. The Nescafe Gold Espresso is a new one I'm trying. I usually buy the Nestle hazelnut one, but I'm out of that, and so I'm going to drink the espresso blend, which isn't bad. Not my favorite instant coffee, but going to drink that before I buy anything more. So I've got my coffee mug. My coffee mugs are different from my tea mugs. My tea mugs are bigger. When I'm having coffee, I prefer a smaller cup, just because I generally prefer a smaller serving of coffee compared to tea. And I used to do all sorts of fancy things, French presses, Keurig machines, K-cups, all that fancy stuff. And then I just settled on a simple porcelain drip coffee cone and a filter with my coffee, and I find this is so much easier. It takes up a lot less space, and I enjoy the coffee just as much as from, a fancy machine. And I've just lit the tree for the day. You can probably hear my kettle in the background heating that water for my coffee. And I'm just standing looking out my window here, and it is just the sort of day I expected it to be yesterday. Gray, gloomy. I couldn't tell you where the sun is located in the sky. It's just going to be a very dim, dark day. Perfect for leaving the tree lit all day. And I think I'm going to have to turn on a lamp or two as well if I'm going to read. So over my coffee this morning, I'm picking up How to Be Authentic by Sky See Clearly. And it looks like I still got a long way to go, but actually I've only got a few pages because the rest is mainly, indexes and notes and glossary information. The dust jacket is right here. I took it off to read. It's a Simone de Beauvoir connected book. And I have to say, it's fine. I'm not immensely enjoying it. I feel like the author's making, connections that are quite obvious, not really getting too much new information. I'm sure it would be a great book for someone who is new to de Beauvoir. But for me, I'm sort of skimming some sections, some conclusions about, our modern society. And it's not quite what I was expecting, but that's not to say it's a bad book. It is still very well written, and I think anyone who's looking to learn more about de Beauvoir's philosophy and who is also interested in current social justice issues would certainly find this useful and interesting. There's my coffee, there's my notebook here, and this kind of burgundy Pilot G2. My grandpa, who passed this summer, collected pens. There's no other way to put it. He collected pens. He would buy pretty much any pack of pens he saw that he didn't have yet. If he had favorite pens, he'd buy those. And, there were mugs and mugs of pens all over his desk, mugs and mugs of pens, in the basement, on the desk down there that he hadn't been to in years. And there was an ottoman, a really long ottoman, and we opened it up and it was just full of hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pens. And so some of them we tested to see if they worked, and ended up donating the ones that did and, tossing the ones that didn't. And some of them, those of us who were there cleaning through the pens, took some of them, and this might be my favorite that I took just because it's such a unique color, and I'd have to look to see if Pilot still makes pens in that unique burgundy color, and I might open up a page here and just try to show you, and I just realized this is going to be difficult holding on to it, but there we go. There's my name, but like it's a red, oops, now I've lost my name. Where did we go? Okay, well, there we go. Like it's a red, but it's not a bright red. It's more of a burgundy red, almost bordering on a purple. But it's lovely, and if they still manufacture these, I think I would have to go and find some to purchase when this one runs dry. And I use this pen to write in, I think, all of my Christmas cards this year just because it's a nice color. And now I'm just seeing, you can see out of the corner of the camera here, Ziploc baggies full of coins, which probably looks absolutely insane. But this is full of loonies. A loonie is the Canadian $1 coin. Called such because there is a loon on the front of it. There's the queen on the back. That'll be changing now that Charles is the king and they're rolling out the new coins. And then there's a baggie of quarters. But the reason I have this is because my building still does coin-operated laundry. And it used to be, you know, not too inconvenient. It was $2 a load, 2 loonies, $2 a load. But earlier this year they changed it to $2.50 a load. And like I almost wish that they had switched it to be, you know, quarters only. But now each machine will only take 2 loonies and 2 quarters. Hence the bizarre baggies. I go to the bank and I ask them for, you know, 2 rolls of loonies and 2 rolls of quarters, and that keeps me going for, you know, a month or 2 of laundry. The quarters last longer than the loonies. But yes, that is one of the bizarre realities of living in a building with coin-operated laundry in 2023. Certainly, the building could switch over to cards, but they haven't. It's still coin-operated. So I'm going to drink my coffee and read some more of this book, and I will check in later. So I found these at the store. Never seen or heard of these before. It's Jell-O brand, like the flavor gelatin dessert, except they're some sort of soft and chewy candy in 12 flavors. So I'm going to give these a try and see if they're any good. Okay, so they're just in a little baggie here. I don't know what I was expecting. I guess maybe I was expecting something in some sort of tray. Flavors. So there's lime, strawberry, orange, lemon, cherry, watermelon, grape, peach, green apple, berry blue, raspberry, and black cherry. I'll see if this is maybe an orange or peach. Yeah, I think that was the peach. But that's a very nice, strong flavor. They kind of remind me of, what are those candies? Mike and Ike's or something? Only certainly tasting like the flavors of Jell-O. Here's my tree topper. It is this bejeweled snowflake, which if I turn here, you'll see isn't really a tree topper at all. Rather, it's an ornament that I have tied with ribbon to the top of my tree. But I saw it and I just knew it was my tree topper. So I made it into one. And this ornament, I thrifted that one as a teenager. There's the All Too Well Taylor Swift typewriter ornament. This wooden train has been in the family since my mom was a kid. This, Precious Moments, 1994. If you were born in the 90s, I'm pretty certain that you had a Precious Moments ornament on your tree at some point. There's the little soldier on a horse, also been in the family since my mom was a kid. The Nutcracker I received in a middle school gift exchange I'm fairly certain that my Secret Santa's mother probably bought that one. But there's Clara down here with her nutcracker. As you can see, I sort of do like the nutcracker theme. Stack of books. And I do have various wooden nutcrackers on the tree. Here's another Taylor Swift ornament. That ain't my Merlot on his mouth from No Body, No Crime, the song off of Evermore. Here is a sailboat, Thousand Islands, that I purchased in Kingston last year. Another nutcracker. The 2023 Hallmark Snowflake ornament. And yet another nutcracker. And one more nutcracker. And there's this delightful glass or crystal angel at the top here that came from my parents' tree. And then just all sorts of colorful balls and whatnot. It's sort of my tradition to add at least one new unique ornament to the tree every year. And I'm realizing there's one I forgot to show here because it wasn't on my tree when I filmed that earlier. But it's just this walnut. Oops. And I had the branch kind of supporting it because it's quite a heavy ornament. 2 branches. It's this walnut and pink resin ornament here that I quite like. And that was picked up this year at a Christmas market. It's handmade and it was $35 and it was just sort of too beautiful for me to leave behind, and I'm realizing the lighting probably isn't showing it at its best, but it is very pretty in person. And I think that's all for today. I'm just going to settle down and maybe watch some TV, and that'll be my Sunday.